Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran, and in today's video we'll be talking about a couple updates happening to World of Warcraft. We'll also be talking about one of the biggest updates that Blizzard has done, a very much needed update that a lot of people found quite exciting and quite awesome. I wish I had more stuff to talk to you guys about Shadowlands, but in this video we're primarily going to be hitting everything that's been happening in Battle for Azeroth as of recently. So without further ado, let's get into the content. One of the biggest updates that Blizzard has done this week is they finally added what would be quote-unquote account-bound essences. Although it's not like you earn it on one account and you have for everybody, but they are unlocked for your alts to unlock in a much easier way. And the unlock, I think, is fairly generous, I guess the decent word to use here. It is easy to unlock. It doesn't take a lot. You get all the currency in order to get some of these essences through daily activities like assaults, dailies, PvP, Mythic Plus, and weekly rewards. So there's quite a lot of ways for you to get them, and they're spammable. So if you have a character that you're really trying to focus on and trying to grind out, you can actually grind out all of those essences. Trust me, I've done the Blood of the Enemy rank 3 grind a few times, and this system is much better. If, let's say, you have another alt that you're desperately trying to get up to speed ASAP. For me, I have a bunch of alts that I'm trying to manage as little as possible but get the most value out of them per week. Safe to say, I think I've been able to accomplish that with most of my characters. And right now, there's not a single character that I'm really jonesing to get up to speed and be almost like a second main, you know, with all the best gear, all the best setup, but a couple of characters are very close to it. But for a player that's trying to transition, let's say, from one class to another, this system is great. Since you're going to be farming your cloaks anyway, that cloak farming from Visions of N'Zoth, the horrific visions, is going to give you the currency needed in order to unlock your essences. Doing Mythic Pluses to gear, that's going to give you the unlocks as well. Getting the raids done once a week for every boss, that's also going to give you quite a bit of that currency as well. And even though this isn't the system that some people have imagined, it's a decent compromise because it still accomplishes the goal that we have of getting essences for our alts without giving us too much of a hill to climb through, especially when it counts the reputation grinds that people have to do or even time-gated content. However, this only worked for essences that your main have already unlocked. So my rogue, for example, has done the Blood of the Enemy grind. So now my paladin can go and get Blood of the Enemy grind as well with this new essence system. But what if I'm a paladin, I wanted to try tanking or healing, and there was an essence from Blood of the Enemy grind that I would want to use as a tank or a healer? Because my rogue is a DPS who has only access to Blood of the Enemy, he doesn't have access to the healer or the tank counterpart of that BG grind. That means my paladin cannot get the healing or tanking essences from that piece of content, which was stupid. It was dumb, and Blizzard reversed that very quickly. As long as you've done that piece of relevant content, you have access for all of your characters across all roles. Otherwise, the system would work for, let's say, a career tank or a career healer. Now you can play other tanks and other healers, but what if you just wanted to make another class and just play the DPS role? You couldn't do it. So thankfully, Blizzard went in and changed the system fairly quickly. If you're someone who wants to check out different roles of different characters and classes, right now is a great time to do it. I think you guys will have a lot of time because that's a lot of healer specs and tank specs for you to explore, so many different playstyles for you to mix and match, and I think this is a good change overall. I don't know how you guys feel about the system. Do you think they should have just done account bound for everybody, all essence unlocked across all characters, or are you fine with this type of earn it system? I'm personally okay with it, but I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts. Next bit of news, we got leveling. Recently, I made a video talking about all the relevant leveling methods that we have right now in patch 8.3. All the different tips that I can recommend for you guys when it comes to leveling your character, enchanting gear, and all the other goodies. And turns out that from the reports that I've been seeing, there's a lot of people playing World of Warcraft right now, just leveling characters. Whether it is a brand new alt or a brand new main, maybe just trying to get more heritage armor, or just simply trying to check out the game since, you know, extra bonus means you can have an easier time playing with your friends and explore more of the game overall. Now is the perfect time to get back into WoW and level a brand new tune. I've been leveling here and there a little bit, but for someone who has one of every class, it's really difficult for me to want to level more since, you know, I have everything unlocked. And I'm not really a huge fan of heritage armor. There's a couple of pieces that I have gotten, but I'm usually trying to level another class like a Tauren Shaman, and I decided, you know what, let's make it a high mountain Tauren so I can get a new class, but also get that heritage armor. But from the reports that I've been hearing and reading, apparently there's a lot of people back in the game, and it makes the game look pretty alive. It's very similar to what Blizzard has been able to do every time they introduce, let's say, new heritage armor. For example, in Legion, when you added the Lightforged, the Void Elves for the Alliance, as well as the Nightborn and High Mountain for the Horde, a bunch of people spread out into the world started leveling characters all over again. And as Battle for Azeroth went on, we got ourselves Mag'har Orc and Dark Iron Dwarfs, which got more people to want to go out in the world and get the heritage armor for those characters. Same thing happened with the Zendalari and the Kultirans, and now even in a bigger swing of things, same thing is going to happen with the Volpera as well as the Mechanomes. With the extra bonus, a lot more people are exploring the game right now. With Party Sync, you can now play with your friends and level characters at the same time, even if they are synced to different levels. You can do dungeons together and get through content very quickly. And one of the biggest things that Blizzard is going to be doing for Shadowlands is trying to speed up the leveling experience. In Shadowlands, they're going to condense the leveling to you leveling from, let's say, level 10 to 15, from one expansion through the whole story. So imagine the first time you level through Battle for Azeroth, Mists of Pandaria, Cataclysm, Warlords of Draenor, Wrath of Lich King, or any of your favorite expansions, and that's all you have to do. Level through that expansion, and then move on to the newest expansion. Since the content is going to start scaling, it should shorten down the speed of leveling in general. And while Blizzard hasn't implemented all that leveling, because, you know, we're not in Shadowlands yet, that 100% extra experience boost definitely does speed you through the content. It lets you see all the expansions very quickly and lets you get to max level really efficiently. From hearing all that fun that people are having out in the world, actually leveling and making the world feel alive, I decided to log on a Kultiran Rogue to see what the world looks like. And I didn't have to go far. I ventured to Redridge, and even on a Saturday evening past 12 a.m., there's still people out there actually having a faction war. There's lobbies trying to level, but there's also 120 characters, both Alliance and Horde, flying around trying to stir trouble. Horde are attacking Redridge, no lobbies are spared, and trying to level in this environment is quite exciting. I can only imagine what the world looks like during the prime hours as everybody is trying to level. So I feel like Blizzard have been pretty successful at getting people back out into the world. And sometimes when you're playing World of Warcraft, leveling a character by yourself, you don't really see a lot of new people, unless maybe you're playing Classic or something, since that is still fairly fresh and new-ish. But within this change to patch 8.3, this small update for extra experience, a lot more people are out in the world, and this update came in at a very good time since majority of us are stuck at home either way. So if you're wanting to level, I made a video yesterday, I'll have it linked down below if you guys do want to join into the leveling experience. Give yourselves as much of an advantage to speed up the time it takes for you to gain to max level and go out into the world and enjoy yourself. And I would even recommend turning on War Mode. If you are getting ganked by max level players that are just not in the new play, I think it's perfectly fine to go tune in and turn it off immediately. Don't let it ruin your experience. But if you're someone who does like random encounters with other players, this is the perfect time. There's a lot of players out there questing and leveling, and if you love low level PvP, this is the perfect time to do it. Whether you're Alliance, whether you're Horde. But again, if you're getting ganked, probably should turn it off. But if you are facing against players of similar level than you, it's super fun, very enjoyable, and has been an absolute blast out of nowhere. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see all of you guys in another video.